Hello everybody, this is JD. Here's another prime example of the $250,000 cash policy that Obama is coming up with his answer to the tax problem and our current tax problem. See, I was going through the internet checking out, and an interesting thing was they listed the 10 richest companies, the 10 richest companies in the world, and every single one of them are laying off people in the United States. Why are they laying off people in the United States, you might ask? Well, let's use the richest. The richest company has over $43 billion in cash available right now, besides the cash it has available within the United States. Wait a minute. You mean it has more than 43 billion? Yes, it does. And of the 43 billion that it does, that I mentioned, is all overseas. So, bottom line is, why are they laying off? Well, because inside the United States, they're not making enough money to support their employees, so they have to lay off. But they got $43 billion overseas. Yes, they do, but they can't bring it into the United States because almost half of it would be lost through the current tax system that Obama wants to increase on them anyway. That's right, he's going to increase the people who make over $250,000. But as long as they keep their money overseas and only bring in what they need, they can actually live quite handsomely and not pay any taxes on that money. This is our current tax system. Somewhere in the Constitution, I'm looking for it, I found it once before, it says Congress is to promote the economy. Our current tax system does everything but promote the economy. Taxes do need to be paid, but it needs to promote the economy. The more we promote the economy, the better the tax system will be. See, somewhere along the line, we got away from the more complicated, more difficult tax to account for, which today, with modern age of technology, computer, and internet and everything, we could account for it instantaneously. Whereas back in the time of colonial time or Civil War time, it couldn't be done. Today, a sales tax could be collected instantaneously. Every single month, the government would have a massive flow of income. Whereas the current tax system, it's so many hidden taxes all over the place, it's about 660,000 pages of tax laws and regulations, writes just a little bit over 100. The sales tax, you've got to understand though, will tax everything. Every single thing. And then every single person in this country would be entitled to a rebate for things that shouldn't be taxed, like food, clothing, and other essentials. Of course, there's not going to be no deductibles like in the income tax program, but listen to Congress. They're trying to eliminate right now the house mortgage and a few other deductions. They want to eliminate these deductions. So actuality, sales tax is actually fairer and more open to the people and giving the people more control. Also, the sales tax, everybody who buys everything. I don't think everything new should be only taxed. I think when something is sold, it should have a sales tax on it. You buy a used car, it has a sales tax on it. You buy a new car, it has a sales tax on it. You buy a new house, it'll have a sales tax. So you buy a house somebody else has it because somebody else lived in it, it's not taxable? Hey, that's neat. But no, it should be taxable also. The bottom line is, people, this 20%, 22%, I don't believe is even close to what is actually needed. More like 15% or even less Of course, when you add in the 5 or 6% your state has, then you get up to 20, 21, 22. But at no time should the sales tax, both state and federal, be above 20, 25%. Period. At no time. It should be permitted. And it should be a federal referendum once they figure it out. I say give the federal government 2 years and 3 tax adjustments within that 2 years. Start off like at about 15%. If you think you need more, then increase it. If you find you need less, then decrease it. And you have 3 adjustments in that 2-year period. After that, from then on, to change the sales tax, it will take a national referendum. That's what the sales tax is. The income tax, top 10 richest companies in the world, all their money is overseas, promoting jobs overseas, while they can't afford to keep jobs here inside the United States. Why? Because their current tax system. Obama and his $250,000. All that $250,000 is going to hurt the small businessman who's below the $500,000 and above the $250,000. That's the one that's going to be hurt. Those above $500,000, they have the accountants and lawyers, and they don't pay minimal taxes, if any. So Obama's plan is actually nothing more than to bust the economy. My plan is to promote the ability of each and every American to earn as much as they want, for companies to earn as much as they can, and to use the money within the United States to promote and create more jobs. When people are earning as much as they are, and they are very affluent, whether it's $60,000, $80,000, when they feel they are affluent, they will spend accordingly. And the taxes will be taxed accordingly. That's what the sales tax does. And with everything being taxed that is bought, there is no loopholes. And with the rebate check, here's the advantage about the rebate check. The federal government has to know where you are to have the rebate check. Yes, the federal government needs to know where in the world you are to have the rebate check. So, if you don't want the government to know where you are, they're not going to be able to send you a rebate check. For example, everybody's entitled to a rebate check, even the illegal aliens. Yes, that's right. But they're going to have to let us know where they are. They can't hide. Of course, an illegal alien, federal government agent, will take that rebate check, which he's entitled to, go to his house, hand deliver it, escort him to the airport, buy his airplane ticket, and send him home. Otherwise, the illegal alien's going to have to pay more in taxes than everybody else. And anybody else who doesn't want the federal government to know where we are. And we could have a form for tourists who come into this country, and what they could put is the date they came in, the date they left, and their mailing address, and that would set up the amount of the rebate the federal government would send them to their home address, in accordance with how long they were in the country. Using the same scale as for the American citizens. Yes, you see? A simple sales tax to replace 660,000 pages of taxes. That is the tax program I promote. That is the tax program we as a nation. That is the type of tax program our founding fathers wanted. Not this one with all these hidden holes for the people who could afford it to get out of paying in taxes, like the rich, and the poor taking from each and every pocket, even their paycheck, before they ever get to take it home. Now, the one thing that will not be included on me with the sales tax is the Social Security payment. I'll never call that a tax. It's a payment. It is an insurance between you and the federal government. That's right. Not an entitlement, an insurance in which you are paying money to the federal government so that when you reach the age of retirement, you will have a supplement to your income, so that you are not a total pauper, living on 15, 10, or even less than that a year. The purpose of Social Security is to be a supplement. It is a supplemental insurance, not entitlement, because you pay for it up front. And then once you reach the age of retirement, which right now I believe is 62, unless you want to go full benefits, then it's 66 and a half, and they're talking about possibly increasing it up to 70. That's fine for the people who are start paying after they increase it. But Social Security is not an entitlement. It is an insurance program in which the government entered into a legal and binding contract with each and every citizen once you make your payments. By making the payments to the federal government, and they receive and accept the payments, that makes it a legal and binding contract, not an entitlement. So sales tax and eliminating all those other taxes, and then you have Social Security, which is an insurance program, not an income entitlement. You all have a nice day. This is JD.